Okay, yeah. Good evening, fellow lands. Good evening, very esteemed International Third Vice President. We would kick off in 2 minutes, but I think before we have others join, happy independence to all great Nigerians, and we would start off with the national anthem in honor of great nation. I would just quickly share that so we can take it. Okay, just 1 second.
Nigeria, we healthy, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign, in peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome again, Great Lands. Without further ado, I would invite our District Governor, Folashade Shotomide, for her opening remarks before we dig into the matters of the day. You're muted, my governor.
Thank you so much, our district leadership coordinator, global leadership coordinator, and Joyce Akpata. Our third international president, Dr. Manoj Shah. Good evening to you, sir. And it's a pleasure to have you here tonight. We've been looking forward to this moment. And I'm quite sure that this moment will be worth it with you joining us today. We've read so much about you. We've been under your voice for once or twice. And tonight I know it's not going to be much because I know you're going to give us your best as usual. So I want to welcome every lion that is present here, both within Nigeria and all over the world. Thank you so much for making out time to be here. I wish you all Nigerians a happy independence celebration. I pray that our nation, Nigeria, will continue to experience peace, joy, and a lot of prosperity. And to everyone that has joined us, I pray that the peace will be extended also to you wherever you have joined us from. To our speaker, we say thank you in advance. And I know another thank you and a round of applause is coming thereafter when you finish this talking to us tonight. So I want to admonish everyone present to be very attentive, take notes, learn something, and let's take it back so that when reports is heard of what we have done with what we have learned tonight, our speaker will be very excited and proud to have done what he's going to do today. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the moments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my district governor. Okay, so Lions, it's a special day for us as a nation, and we're very honored and privileged to have with us this morning a gentleman of repute, our esteemed Dr. Manoj Shah, who is our international third vice president. Dr. Manoj is of Nairobi, Kenya, and was elected to serve as third vice president of Lions International at the last convention, which is the 106th International Convention held in Australia in 2024. VP Manoj Shah is a successful businessman with interest in automobile, property, hospitality, and the finance sector. He's a charter member of the Nairobi Greater Lions Club, since 1988. Some of us might not have been born. Dr. Shah has held many offices within the association at club, district, and international level. He has served as constitutional area leader for the Global Action Team for Africa and was chairman of the Africa Lions Steering Committee, which led to Africa being recognized as a separate constitutional area. He also served as a trustee of the Lions Clubs International Foundation and is a Campaign 100 lead gift donor and an LCIF humanitarian partner. He's a passionate advocate for leadership development, and he has served as faculty at several international Lions Leadership Institute and has facilitated leadership workshops across Africa and Asia. He is a certified LCIP trainer for Lions International and has led the District Governors Elect Seminar as a group leader multiple times. Vice President Shah's philanthropic endeavors has left an indelible mark on the community. He played a pivotal role in establishing Lions Service Centers in Kenya, including the Lions Renal Unit, Lions Dental Center, Lions Hearing Center. Notably, he spearheaded the establishment of the very first Lions Eye Bank in Kenya. That deserves a round of applause. And serves as vice chairman of the board of management of the Lions Sight First Eye Hospital in Nairobi. Additionally, he has been instrumental in establishing the first two Lions comprehensive diabetic care centers in Kenya. Vice President Shah has received numerous accolades, including the Elder of the Burning Spear Award by the President of the Republic of Kenya for his distinguishing role in nation building. He's also received the Ambassador of Goodwill Award by Lions International, the prestigious Commander to the Venerable of St. John Medal from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for community engagement, and he was conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanity. His achievements have been highlighted in his published biography titled One in a Million, which is a must read. In addition to his various Lions activities, he's active in numerous professional and community organizations. He's currently the chairman of the MP Shah Hospital, chairman of the Automobile Association of Kenya Road Safety Council, member of the Priory Council of St. John, trustee of the Kilimanjaro Blind Trust, board member of Special Olympics Kenya, and an active member of the Visa Oswald community. At national level, he has been appointed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya and serves as the chairman of the National Transport and Safety Association in Kenya. I wonder how you juggle all this, but it's highly commendable. Vice President Shah is married to Lion Jana, an equally dedicated member of the Lions Club of Greater Nairobi, and they are proud parents of 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters. Fellow Lions guests, it's an honor and privilege to present to you our speaker for today, Dr. Manoj Shah, our International Third Vice President, who will be taking us on today's session. And I think there's no speaker worthy of taking us through embodying responsible citizenship through the Lions Code of Ethics, as Dr. Manoj would, gleaming from his various national and international assignments as a responsible citizen himself. So without further ado, I'll pass on to Dr. Manoj for his presentation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, GLT leader Joyce, for painting such a beautiful picture of me on the Independence Day of Nigeria. In fact, I would also like to acknowledge our district governor, Folashade Shotomide, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak at your district event. A very, very good evening to all my friends and listeners all over from Nigeria and many other parts around Africa and the world. I would like to begin by extending my heartiest congratulations and felicitations to our Nigerian Lions and friends as they commemorate Nigeria's Independence Day today. This is certainly a moment of pride and reflection for a nation rich in history and culture. I would like also to express my sincere gratitude to GLT coordinator Joyce Akpata for the kind invitation to speak on this special edition of the District 403A3 platform, Nigeria Learning Lounge. It is truly an honor to join you all today. This evening, our topic for this session is centered on embodying responsible citizenship through the Lions Code of Ethics. And to be very honest, this has been a really challenging subject matter for me, and it is for the first time that I am doing a session with this subject title. It took a lot of thought provocation. It took a little bit of research to put my presentation together. Ladies and gentlemen, my focus will be on the importance of Lions wholeheartedly embracing the core values of honesty, community service, and integrity. By upholding these moral standards, we will not only live up to the ideals of our organization, but also make a meaningful and positive contribution to society. I look forward to sharing my insights and engaging with you all on how we can strengthen these values in our daily actions as Lions. Next slide. Talking about embodying and being responsible citizens. And I just want to take a moment to reflect, especially on this very important Independence Day, that what is responsible citizens and who are responsible citizens. In fact, when I looked at the definition is responsible citizens take responsibilities for their actions and understand their roles in the community. They engage in their communities by working collaboratively in order to promote the welfare of others. Next slide. And when I tie this up with what is our Lions Code of Ethics, and I'm sure each one of you are aware of our Lions Code of Ethics, but vis-a-vis who are responsible citizens, we can see certain similarities of what our code of ethics are. The Lions Code of Ethics is a guideline for the personal values that each Lion member should exemplify. These principles are meant to guide the conduct of members, promoting ethical standards in their professional and personal life. The code emphasizes honesty, integrity, service, and responsibility. Next slide. The reason why we are looking at who are responsible citizens and what is the Lions Code of Ethics is because we want to demonstrate the ethics tenets that are there in both of this. And looking at some of the tenets that I have summarized, and I would like to share this with you so we can all understand this important subject matter. The first one is to show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service. To seek success and to demand all fair remuneration or profits as my just due, but to accept no profit or success at the price of my own self-respect, lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my part. To remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down another's. To be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself. Whenever a doubt arises as to the right of ethics of my position or actions towards others, to resolve such doubt against myself. Next slide. To hold friendship as an end and not a means. To hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one to another, but that true friendship demands nothing but accepts service in the spirit in which it is given. Always bear in mind my obligations as a citizen to my nation, my state, and my community, and to give them my unswerving loyalty in work, act, and deed, to give freely of my time, labor, and means, to aid others by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy, to be careful with my criticisms and liberal with my praise, to build up and not to destroy. Next slide. So when we look at the tenets, it only reminds us that the code of ethics has been defined in the International Board of Policy, Chapter 6, and the International Constitution and Bylaws. I'm sure some of you must have gone through the code of ethics, and I would like to make reference to 3 particular chapters that are relevant to our subject matter this evening. The first one is the obligation of a chartered club. and the obligation of a chartered club is very clear to further the Lions Club's international purposes and Lions Code of Ethics. And when we look at our international pledge, is very, very clear, and I believe in the principles of Lionism as contained in the Lions Code of Ethics. And most important of all, ethical standards and conduct. And these are guidelines for cultural relevancy. Next slide. So, my friends, getting deep into this subject matter now, embodying responsible citizenship through the Lions Code of Ethics involves applying the principles of the code in daily life to promote ethical conduct, community service, and positive social impact. And tonight, I want to share with all of you some practical ways to embody responsible citizenship based on the Lions Code of Ethics. Next slide. And to look at number one, ladies and gentlemen, the first one is, as we all gather today to reflect on a vital aspect of our shared existence. Responsible citizenship, as guided by the Lions Code of Ethics, is being a responsible citizen is more than just a duty. It's an embodiment of integrity, fairness, and service that shapes the very fabric of our communities. And that brings me to our first area, which is to commit to quality and integrity in your vocation. First and foremost, we must commit to quality and integrity in our vocations in all that we do. We should strive for excellence, earn trust, and avoid shortcuts that undermine our reputation. Let us be diligent and honest in ensuring that our success is built on a foundation of unwavering ethical principles. Be diligent and honest in your work, striving for excellence. Earn a reputation for providing high-quality service or products. Avoid cutting corners or engaging in unfair practices to achieve. Looking at the second box, which is to promote fairness and respect in business and personal interactions. As we promote fairness and respect in both business and personal interactions, we must seek success without compromising our values or exploiting others. True progress lies not in undermining those around us, but in fostering an environment where fair competition and mutual growth thrive. It is very important that we seek fair profit, but not at the cost of ethical compromises or taking undue advantage. In business, it is important that we work on building your success without undermining others. Encourage fair competition and value mutual growth within your community. Looking at number 3, ethical decision-making is a cornerstone of responsible citizenship. When faced With difficult choices, we must always opt for the path that prioritizes honesty, fairness, and the well-being of others. I am a firm believer that in times of doubt, let us choose the selfless route, keeping the community's best interest at heart. When in doubt about the ethical implications of your actions, I would highly recommend that you choose the more selfless path. Prioritize honesty, fairness, and the well-being of others when making decisions that affect your community. Talking about the fourth box, cultivate true friendship and service-minded relationship. And both these are interrelated. Friendship and service should not be transactional, but based on respect, kindness, and a genuine desire to help others without expecting anything in return. Through these relationships, we build stronger communities grounded in support and mutual respect. From friendships based on mutual respect and support, not on what you can gain from them. Always offer help without expecting something in return and accept help graciously when needed. Coming to number 5, actively participate in civic duties and being a responsible citizen. Civic participation is another pillar of responsible citizenship. Let us embrace our civic duties, whether by voting, participating in local governance, or supporting community-driven initiatives. By staying informed and engaged, we contribute to the well-being of not just ourselves, but of society at large. It is always important to fulfill your responsibilities as a citizen, as I mentioned earlier on, such as voting, participating in local governance, and supporting community initiatives. It is very important that you stay informed about local, national, and global issues and contribute to solutions that foster communal well-being. Number 6, support those in need with compassion. As Lions, we are called to support those in need with compassion. Let us extend our hands to those facing difficulties, offering not just resources, but also very, very important, empathy. Engage in charitable activities, volunteer your time, and encourage others to join in lifting up the less fortunate. Be empathetic and offer assistance to individuals or groups facing difficulties. Always volunteer your time, skills, and resources to support the less fortunate in your community. Next slide. When we look at number 7, encourage constructive criticism and positive reinforcement. In all of this, we must also encourage constructive criticism and celebrate the success of others. By doing so, we create a supportive environment where everyone feels empowered to grow, knowing their efforts are appreciated. Provide constructive feedback that helps others grow rather than tearing them down. Recognize and celebrate the achievements and efforts of us others, fostering a positive and supporting environment. Looking at number 8, which again I'm kind of repeating, is lead by example in upholding ethical standards. As we act, let us lead by example in upholding ethical standards. Our behavior should always inspire others to adopt these values, and through collaboration, we can champion causes that promote sustainability, education, and social equity. Let us all learn to demonstrate ethical behavior and responsible citizenship in everyday actions, serving as a role model to others. Let's inspire others to adopt similar ethical standards and contribute positively to the community. Advocate for initiatives that promote sustainability, education, and social equity. Let us learn to work collaboratively with other community members and organizations to build a better society. Looking at number 10, lead with integrity and inspire others. Always be transparent and consistent in your actions. Share your experiences and challenges in maintaining ethical standards and encourage an open dialogue on ethics and responsibilities. Looking at number 11, where we are looking at sustainable and inclusive community, it is very important that we strive to support local sustainability efforts such as recycling programs, renewable energy projects, or social equity initiatives. Let's also educate others about the importance of sustainability and encourage community-wide participation. Talking about younger generations in ethical practices, it is our moral duty to involve the younger generation. And let us not forget the importance of involving younger generations on this journey. The future rests in their hands. By mentoring and educating them about the importance of ethic and civic responsibility, we ensure the lasting impact of our work. Together, we can foster a sustainable and inclusive community, one built on compassion, integrity, and service. And it is through these collective efforts that we will leave an enduring legacy of responsible citizenship. Let's also try to organize workshops, mentorship programs, or educational campaigns to teach younger generations about the importance of ethical behavior, civic responsibility, and the values of our Lions Code of Ethics. So, friends, I thought that I would share these 12 important points with each and every one of you, which signifies our subject matter for this evening, embodying responsible citizenship through the Lions Code of Ethics. Next slide. As I conclude, it is very important that by incorporating these practices, members of the Lions Club and anyone inspired by their code of ethics can foster responsible citizenship, strengthen community ties, and contribute to a more ethical and compassionate world. By taking these actions, you can embody the values of Lions International Code of Ethics and inspire others to join you in building a more ethical, responsible, and compassionate society. Next slide. With that, I would like to conclude this presentation and once again extend my sincere appreciation to Joyce and our district governor for being here this evening and sharing some of my thoughts with all of you. Back to you, Joyce.
Well, thank you very, very much, VP Shah, for those very insightful words and tips. And I mean, looking at what you had shared, for me, what stood out would be number 4, 5, 7, 10, 11, and 12. I don't know if others were taking notes like I was, but that really struck a chord, because sometimes, we don't pay attention to certain things that we typically would expect come to us naturally. I was particularly pleased to hear you providing guidance as regards, as Lions or as individuals, yeah, we should focus on friendship and service-minded relationships that shouldn't just be transactional, yeah, and it's not always what's in it for me or what I'm getting in return, but we should act from a place of compassion, a place of empathy, a place of wanting to make a difference. And of course, lastly, I am glad that you capped it up by talking about inclusivity and bringing on the young people, because that's very, very important for sustainability of association, which is very, very key. I would throw the floor open for questions, fellow Lions. If anyone has a question, you can please raise up your hand, and we would grant you audience. Before we take the questions, also to remind us quickly that we do have our attendance sheet in the chat box. So if you're yet to fill out, please be kind to fill out via the link that is being shared on the chat box as well, so that we're able to report on the portal appropriately. Okay, so we'll take any questions or any interventions from esteemed guests for the evening. If I see any hands. It looks like Dr. Shah was very spot on, and everyone, I believe, has been able to take in what you have shared. And our expectation is that for us as Lions, I think we have an added responsibility, I would say, in terms of how we should behave and how we should position and portray ourselves as citizens, which is very, very key, because we're leaders not just in our immediate communities, but we should also serve as role models for others to follow. Yeah. Let me just go through the chat box just in case I have any questions in there. But all I can see are claps. So thank you very much, Dr. Shah. Yes, for those asking, we would share the slides to those who have filled out the form, because that's how we would have your details to be able to do so. All right, I see Lion Kojo Anthony. Lion Kojo, the floor is yours. You're muted if you're speaking. Okay.
Sorry, as usual, I'm at work, so I'm trying to be brief. Thank you very much, our third Vice International President. This is a different light to what I've always known about the code of ethics. But today you centered your discourse on integrity, which is very key to being a lion. If you are a lion leader and you don't have integrity, then you are not leading properly. The people you are leading are not leading them properly. Leaders that have questionable characters shouldn't be lions. If we take our integrity from the Lions Club into our private business and into politics, we'll become one of the best. A typical example is Lion President Jimmy Carter, who today is celebrating 100 years, and who always refers to the Lions Club as one of his bedrock for being a leader. Apart from that, now we have an opportunity with you as the third vice international president, and we have an international director from Africa. I am thinking that it is high time now Africa begins to project itself internationally, as in during conventions. When we go to conventions, we see that people from Isame, they are all over the place, showcasing their culture, showcasing artifacts and different items. I think it's high time Africa too has a booth in the convention to just showcase some of the beautiful culture and ideas or things we have in Africa, artifacts, and put us out there so that one day Africa should be able to stand up and say, hey, we want to host international convention. And I'm sure with you there, it will be possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kojo, for raising this very, very important point. And just to share with you, integrity is very, very important, like you rightly mentioned. And one of the biggest things that we have seen in our Lions world, when we look at our Lions code of ethics and when we look at good citizenship, is definitely the conflict of interest. There are so many people who have conflicts of interest, and that's where integrity is compromised. But coming back to your very important subject matter, in fact, you have read my mind, and it was only 2 days ago that I spent the whole weekend with our international director, Princess Adetope Taikas. We were in Abidjan at the Mission 1.5 summit of the Francophone countries, and both of us had a fantastic brainstorming session. And today, we, the Lions of Africa, are extremely proud as history has been made for the continent of Africa and for Constitutional Area 8. First and foremost, our Constitutional Area 8 Africa is hosting the first ever female international director that comes from MD 404 Nigeria, not only representing the Lions of Africa, but representing Africa on the Lions Club's international board. Secondly, for the first time in the history of Africa, we have had this first very unique opportunity of having a vice president and consequently a president at the helm of our association. So this is certainly a proud moment for all of us in Africa. And during my conversations with our international director, your thoughts were what we discussed about, that how can Africa shine to the world? How can we do what others do, replicate the Lions of India, replicate Lions of other constitutional areas, and showcase to the world that we are now a force of having two great leaders on the international. We did speak about the international convention, that how can we host a joint international reception signifying our strength and showcasing what we as Lions do? How can we have a unified parade and march to the Lions of the world in a unified direction? How can we showcase what we do as Constitutional Area 8 and many other things? Tonight is, of course, not a night of sharing with you what we discussed, but I just want to assure you that you are absolutely right. We are on the right track. The dialogue has started. And next month, when we meet at our Africa Forum in Morocco, we are going to put this item on the agenda for the Africa leadership for discussion. And Africa will shine. Over to you, Joyce.
I didn't realize that I was muted. Thank you very much, Dr. Manocha. I think it's heartwarming to hear that, you know, we are being very deliberate about seeing how we can showcase Africa to the world at our conventions. I think that's very, very important. And I believe we have quite a lot to showcase, and definitely it's a great opportunity. I can't see any other hands or any other comments in the chat box. But as always, we would take a picture. So let's turn on our cameras for those who are yet to do so, and powder our faces, and comb our mustache. Yeah.
Cheese.
Oh, did you lose me for a bit?
We can hear you.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
with
good.
you.
Okay, great. So I was just saying we should turn on our cameras so that we can take a quick picture. And please, Lions, if you haven't filled out the attendance, just click on the link that's been posted on the chat box so that we can capture everyone who has participated. Thank you so much. I can see so many regular faces. I can see my teachers, especially the ones with the beards as well, with the mustache. I can see a number of MCCs, PCCs as well, and PDGs. Thank you for joining us this evening. All the constitutional area leaders and area leaders who have joined us this evening.
That was great.
Our sincere appreciation as well for gracing our session today. I can't see the smiles though. Okay. One more second. Okay, okay. One final one. Thankful for technology that we're able to have attendees from different parts of the globe. All right, I think I have a good number to pick from. All right, so again, just to say a very, very big thank you to our International Third Vice President, Dr. Manoj Shah. Thank you for your very insightful and inspiring talk on how we as Lions can embody responsible citizenship in our day-to-day interactions in our communities, and also living out our civic responsibilities. Your words have truly motivated us, I believe, and that would enable us to reflect on our roles as individuals who would support in building a better society and indeed making the world a better place. Our core focus is always, inspiring change and ensuring that we, positively impact not just the communities that we serve, but our nation as well. So on that note, I believe we can say have a pleasant evening to everyone who has taken out time to join us. And we do hope that would have other opportunities to also have you again with us, Dr. Shah. And I hope when we do call you, you definitely would oblige us. My district governor, Ma, if you want to say a few words before we bid Dr. Shah good night. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lan Joyce. I want to say a big thank you to our third international vice president, Dr. Manoj Shah. Thank you so much for your emphasis on striving for excellence. That word excellence is the key for me tonight, and I believe that is it also for everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I also want to thank all people that joined, all Lions that joined from all over, particularly the non-Lions. Somebody just said in the chat room that she's just, he or she is just an observer and that she's loving it. Yes, this is who we are. We are Lions, and this is what we do. I want to encourage you to pick up the form and join Lions Club. Once again, I say thank you to you, sir. We're looking forward to what will happen in November when we come for the African Forum. We are really looking forward to having African Showcase, what we have and what we do. And having you there now should be an opportunity for this to begin. And once it happens, we know it will not stop. Thank you so much for what you are doing. And thank you, everyone. Once again, thank you, my GLT coordinator. This is a beautiful one. Kudos to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, District Governor, and I wish everyone a lovely evening, and to Joyce, a good job well done. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shah, and have a pleasant evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining.